Okay, so this is going to be a remake of a previous video for APA style formatting. The last one wasn't too involved, and I know there's many questions, especially since I was using a different version of Office and now I'm using Word 2010. So to get started, the best thing to do is to always set up your file, save as, and you can just set up a quick folder, even if it's on the desktop, just something that you can save and not lose your paperwork halfway through. So the first thing that we want to do is come up to the top here and you want to choose your font. Times New Roman is usually the preferred standard to be used. So go ahead and click on that, change your font size to 12 and hit save. The next thing we want to look at is our line spacing, which is over to the right of the justification panels. And you'll see right here when I hover it says line and paragraph spacing. Go ahead and choose 2 for the setting because you want everything double spaced out. So everything here looks well. Now let's go check out our page layout. We want our margins up here in this panel to be set to 1 inch for top, bottom, left, and right. If you don't have one that's already set up here within this list, go down to custom margins and just set it up. And we can save. The first thing that we want to do is we want to look at inserting a header for this. Usually a header is just a brief title of the page that you're writing. It's not actually the full title. So go into Insert, click Header, and choose Blank. You do want to make sure that you have different first page checked, which is right here, because your first page is going to be separate from the rest of the pages that you're typing. So you want to type in running header, colon, space, and then put on your caps lock and put in a name for it. If you click anywhere on the rest of the page, it's now going to gray out. What you can do is hit enter all the way until a new page pops up. And you'll see right here where it says type text, double click on that and type it in. So now that says tester APA page, and this is the one that says running header. The next thing you could do is also set up your page numbers. This can be tricky, you can run into problems. The most problem I ever had was emailing a teacher saying that there was an issue with my page numbers being assigned, and it wasn't really a problem. But let's go into Insert, Page Number, top of page. You want it all the way to the right. As you can see, it inserted my page numbers, but it took away my one heading, which is fine. I can just use the left arrow to put the cursor in front of the 2 and just retype APA tester page. Use your tab key and hit it once, twice, and now it's back. And up on your cover page, you're going to double click so the cursor is after everything and hit the tab button once and twice and put in 1. And now the rest of your pages should flow smoothly. You can check this just by hitting enter and bringing up page number 3. So to set up your cover page, double click on it, and why don't we go ahead and center justify your font, hit enter to go down towards the middle of the page. What you want to do is put in your title. Hit enter, put in your name, your college name, course name, and module number or project number if assigned, the date, and then go down a couple lines and hit the left justify, and this is where you'll type in your abstract. Not all teachers want this, some do. And what an abstract is just a summary. of what this paper is presenting to the teacher or instructor. It could be a few sentences long, doesn't have to be anything like a novel at the bottom of the page. Okay, and hit save. Couple things to remember when you're working in APA format. It's very easy to do once you get the hang of it. If your school has resources to tap into, such as library webinars, use them because it will help you. So obviously your basic layout is your thesis, okay, or your hypothesis, depending on what type of paper you're doing. It's going to be followed up by your body, which could be 3 to 5 paragraphs for a normal research paper. Then your conclusion, which is just restating the thesis. Then your last page will be your reference page. And what the reference page is going to have is all of the information that you are citing. APA citing can get a little tricky. You have to be aware of where you're getting your resources from, and hopefully you're not using Wikipedia, because that is not a very reliable source to use. So please try to stick to databases if possible. Now, one thing that I love to use is called Noodlebib. Okay, and I'll pull this up right here. You can go to noodletools.com and you can go ahead and create a sign-in if it allows you to. I don't know if you have to be enrolled in a particular school, but it does handle MLA, APA right here, and basically it will let you enter all of the information about your resource. It will tell you how to cite it, and it will make your reference page for you. It'll put everything in alphabetical order, and then once you start seeing it, you will learn how to pick it up on your own. It's nice to use if you have a lot of references, and please make sure that you do cite everything that you use. Another software out here is called Perla for APA. Okay, as you can see, it's $34.95. Some people, it is well worth it to have some kind of software to help you out, because English class is not going to be the only class that you are writing APA style in. This will be used throughout your whole college experience. Please make use of grammar check, spell check, and if you do have any issues with anything with setting up with the header and the number, you can always do the lovely highlight, cut, and start over if you have to. Like I said, I have run into a couple problems, nothing detrimental to any of my papers. Now, I hold a 4.0 average for over 32 credits so far, and I have not gotten underneath 100 average for any paper that I have written. So I do like to take my time. I do like to research things, especially things that I'm curious about. Not that I necessarily know about, but something that I would be willing to learn. So take your time, do the best job possible, and don't think that you can get a paper researched and written in one day. Allow yourself the time to look through everything. If you're looking up databases, print them out, staple them, keep them next to you, highlight the information that you're using, so that way if you have to look back and say, you know, where did I get this citation from, at least it can be picked up pretty easily. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave comments. You know, I can possibly try and get one of my test papers up from one of my previous classes, so that way you can get an idea of what everything looks like when it is written. Thank you very much for watching my tutorial.